Welcome. Come on in. Welcome to this 30-minute embodied sound practice. We're going to cultivate our inner fire. And we're going to get in touch with our own inner vibration, our own vibrations. Come on in. You're most welcome in this space. And I've let you know it's great to practice however you're showing up today. So there could be some movement if you wish there to be. You might want to have a clear space that you could lay down or be on the floor if that felt good. You can be sitting in a chair. You can just be listening in the kitchen. But come on in. This is a new time and a new practice that I'm offering. And it's to help us navigate these returning of the light, winter solstice, and cultivating some inner fire within ourselves. So come on in. I know that there's a few of us here, and one of the prompts that I wanted us to commit to coming into the circle and just share where you're at, one word, anything with how you're feeling inside your body today. Even if you're commenting later in the comments below, I will take the time to respond and look and reflect to those. So let me know how you're doing. If you know me from my yin yoga offerings, this is a very similar synthesis of medicine. So it's really important in this space, in this container, we're going to breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Just for these 30 minutes, I have the timer set. So you don't need to worry about controlling it. But start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. Nice and slow. It is January 11th, the 0101, and then the year 2026, 10-1. So there's a lot of people tuning in and tapping into this energy as higher frequency, the 111. Repeat. It's a beautiful word shared by Deb, intention. Yeah, bringing intention. In my body currently, I'm feeling really joyful and the need to be colorful and sparkly. And I'm in my summer of my moon cycle. And so I have a lot of energy coursing through my body. And I'm really grateful. I've created 2 vision boards today, one with my daughter and one taught to me by a really good friend, Nicola, who just guided me through some epic visuals. And it's been really great. So before we get started in this practice, I know there's 3 of us here, so I don't want to spend time talking too much. But Deb, I appreciate you being here and you sharing where you're at and how you're feeling in one word. The first part of this practice is just about tuning into ourselves. The whole theme of this offering is to cultivate the inner fire. So I don't want to add too many words, too much language. Thank you, Amanda. Relaxed. Intention, relax. Breathing slowly in and breathing out. I think we will begin. And one of the ways that we can begin is by tuning into our vibrations. The best way I know how to do this is through my Kundalini teachings and practice of the Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. It is a chant that is about bowing to the inner knowing. Guru Dev Namo. I've put it into the chat so you can share along with me. But essentially it is like just tuning into sound, getting sound to come out and wake up, closing down the eyes and going inwards, breathing that, partnering in that with that nice slow breath. It is informed by the yoga lineages. So if you're open to it, close down your eyes or focus your gaze in and around the eyebrows and take a nice deep inhale in and release it out nice and gently. This time when we breathe in, we're going to begin to chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, and we'll do it 3 times. Okay? So inhale when you're ready. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale again. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale again and hold. And gently release your exhale. Allow yourself to just sit in observation for a moment here. We're touching into that inner vibration, opening through our chakras, centering inwards and experiencing through our body. And if we were in the same space together, we would resonate. We would feel that resonance as we chant and as we release air through the throat, which is chanting or singing. As we release the air and allow it to vibrate out, and we hit those very sacred words of Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, I just want us to remind and reflect on ourselves of our inner brilliance, of that truth that's inside yourself, the inner knowing, the inner guru. Then you can slowly open the eyes and continue with that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. I see that there's 4 of us here. And with the power of 4 sitting in circle, there's a lot of energy that can be held there. So I want to make sure that this feels good for everyone who's sitting in circle. If you wish to stay anonymous, that's okay. But if you would like to enter anything about yourself or why you're here, what's calling in the cultivation of your inner fire, Deb, your intention, Amanda, relaxed, how you're feeling in your body, and connecting in with the sound. I want to pair this with a little bit of movement. And so if I'm going to move to my space onto the floor, and it's just going to be for 2 minutes of a free form movement. I'll keep my camera on so that you can see me. I'll switch cameras. And it's any kind of movement that your body's intuitively asking of you to express. It could be stillness. It could be thrashing. It could be waving. It could be small expressions. Whatever it is, allowing it to move through you. And I'm going to purposely leave this silent so that if there are any sounds that want to be expressed through you, you can express those. They could be whoosh, any kind of sounds at all, song, any kind of lyric that comes to you. But most importantly, just tuning in, not performing, and just seeing what wants to be expressed in 2 minutes. So I'm going to switch my camera now. And I see that there are some willing participants here. So I'm excited. I'm going to switch the camera. I'm not going to cue you more as I'm wanting you to tap into your inner knowing, your inner sense. If it feels weird, if it feels awkward, just acknowledge those feelings and know it's just 2 minutes. Let's expand beyond that discomfort. So I'm going to switch cameras. And for 2 minutes now, you're just going to move your body and make any sounds that you wish. And slowly now coming to a close that movement. I'm going to move back. Try and find yourself in a nice seated position. And we're going to tune back in to ourselves here. Rest your arms gently, however they fall on the lap. Invitation to close down the eyes. Notice what was cultivated at that time. Just observe the body. Relax the face, the skin of your forehead. Let your jaw feel heavy. Release the tongue. Check in with your shoulders, imagining a nice long straight spine from the crown all the way down to your root chakra. Beautiful. And you're welcome and invited to have a journal or piece of paper close by. If there's anything that has come to you already, any communication, any sound, anything surprising, any feeling, go ahead and take a moment to write that down. And if you had your eyes closed, gently opening them and coming back into that space. So this is all about tuning into the inner fire that we can cultivate within ourselves, not necessarily just through movement, but even with a small amount of movement, how it can generate different energy, a shifting energy inside the body. And the visioning of this time and what it is that you're bringing forth, what you're projecting into this world that we're participating in, and how we show up, how we have the power to define, mold, and change what we're sharing, how we're showing up. And I think that it feels really good to just check in anywhere within the body. Did anyone have anything come up in a certain area? Maybe that we can connect to a chakra, but I'm personally feeling like a clearing of the root chakra for myself would feel really good. And I want to do that with sound. And I want us to participate, if you're feeling up to it, to just making a sound. It's a very from the bottom of your pelvic floor, masculine or feminine, does not matter. This grounding source, that red color, and is the kind of sound. But again, it can sound however you wish. The idea is that you're imagining the sound is coming from the base, the tailbone, the root, where you're connected into the ground or anchored into the ground. And to clear that energy, we're going to breathe in through the nose and we're going to vibrate out our exhale with You can do that. You can slow it down. You can switch it up. You can make different types of sounds. You can go higher and lower in pitch. The point is we're focusing in on the root. So inhale to begin, and we'll begin clearing that root chakra. Inhale. When you run out of air, inhale, begin again. Wherever you are, take a nice deep inhale. Hold it. And gently release that air out. Continuing on, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And this might feel weird, strange, odd. It might not make sense. And I encourage you to stick with it and give it a test. Meaning beta test the idea. You try it and you try making those sounds and it just doesn't feel. What I really noticed in my reflection, and you heard me in my offering of my vibration, was a lot of distortion when I began. That might still be there. Less, it feels less, but there's a distortion there. And for me, I know that there are parts of my life that feel a little bit out of alignment. And this breath work and I'm trying to make these sounds come out, these vowel sounds, you can also pair them with chords or notes or keys. And you just can do a simple search for tones or keys or chords for each chakra. And you can make those sounds. So this science is accessible to us. And sometimes it feels too simplistic. How can making sounds be something that heals the body? And the truth that I believe in is that we are vibrational energy. And that's why sound healing works. That's why music has the impact that it does, little or a lot in your life. And it can communicate memory. It can communicate time. And I think that's really special. And that's why I feel really called to reminding us how we can do this within our own bodies. And I'm still learning every day. I'm learning more and more and more. And there will always be those who know more and have experienced more, and those who have experienced less or quote unquote know less. We're all inside our self-limiting boxes of what we know. We only know what we know. And yeah. All we are is all we are. No. All we know is all we are. Nirvana, right? All we know. I have to get that lyric right. I need my one friend, Laura here. She, I know, knows that mantra from Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. But yeah, I want to thank you all for being willing to participate in this experience and this idea. So tonight, the idea was that we take this container and we do some breath work. We do a small amount of movement just for 2 minutes. And then we do some work of moving music, sound, vibration, vowel sounds out of the body. And if you're interested in learning more about those chakras, as I said, you can easily do a quick search on Google Images that are vowel sounds for each chakra, and you can print it off and you can have it there on your fridge, and you can do these little exercises. So we start with in the root chakra, and we can go to O in the sacral, U in the solar plexus, Ah in the heart, E in the throat, A eye, and E for the crown. And by breathing for, 3 or 4 breaths, and then expressing those vowel sounds, thinking about consciously where that vibration is coming from. I like to move my hands up as I do each chakra because I can feel the vibration coming out of those spaces. And it was an experience that I had with my partner that brought me the awareness of sound tuning in your own body, and knowing that we are our best sound healers. It doesn't mean that people who offer sound healing are not valid and very healing for our bodies. What I'm saying is I truly believe that no sound is more healing than the sound that you can create from within yourself. And knowing that and believing that to be true, and how sound vibrations, movement, all those things, they help bring us back into alignment with the truth. And yeah, so I'm feeling really good about bringing this offering here to Insight Timer, and meeting you here on Sundays at this time, and doing this work together. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm grateful that you're here and that you're open to trying something different. We don't have an overcommitment. We're just dipping our toes in, one sound at a time. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Another important thing, of course, is keeping everything hydrated. And I repeat that because that is something I struggle to do in the wintertime when it's darker and I'm not outside as much. So that's my own commitment. Keep it hydrated. I'd like to put up for anybody who is there too that if you're interested in coming to the next one, I put that event in the chat, and I do hope to see others come back to that space. I think it feels good to maybe just do some mantra here for a moment of a song. Which one shall we do? Yeah, it was a track I just released. It's a song by my muse, and came to me through land and celebrating the solstice and equinox. So join in when you're ready. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round, attend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round, attend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, life from deep within the earth. 'Cause it is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. And so you can notice that if you were singing along with me to that beautiful song, there may be a difference in the sound. Just tuning that one chakra, just doing the and when we sing the and lead ourselves into the well, and how low that goes, and how when we tune into our chakras and we clear energy, or we become aware, like, ooh, yeah, that sounded a little rough when I was clearing that today. It really impacts what energy we bring to song, what energy we bring to our words. And I'm going to leave also just this beautiful suggestion of a book by Harold Johnston, who was a Swedish Cree author who has passed on to the other side. He wrote a book, his final book was called The Power of Story. And it's absolutely wonderful and mind expanding, as most of his books were and are. So I really, everything that we say out loud, everything that we share is a vibration. And I want us to tune into those vibrations. And I want us to tune into what it is that we're sharing and how we're nourishing ourselves with our own vibrations. So I'm really grateful for you being here and being in this practice. I want to leave just 2 more moments to ask if anyone has anything they would like to ask. If there's anything that they would like to share or have seen and validated, please feel free to use the chat. And I hope that you enjoyed my colorfulness today, because it is January 11th in the year 2026, and I'm not taking myself so seriously that I can't have some fun with paint. And this beautiful sweater, this knitted wool, it makes me feel very blessed indeed to have these colors. So we'll bring it to a close. So again, because of just my influence of yoga studies and how it feels good for me to begin and end very clearly our container and what we did here, I just want us to take a moment to get relaxed in wherever we are. So if you're sitting, if you're laying in bed, if you're standing in the kitchen, just relax yourself into this moment. Inhaling through the nose, out through the nose. We do that to communicate to our nervous systems that we're safe and we're relaxed. Excuse me, we release any and all communication from the body, gas, burps, crickety cracks, sound, anything that needs to come through. And just tune into your breath here. If you've closed down the visual, just being conscious, bringing the awareness here. You can even rub in between the eyebrows. We're here in this present moment. Everything exists in this now, in this moment, where you're sitting, what you can feel, what you can smell. And we can bring our hands together and we can rub them, create some heat, create some intention, wake up the brain. Rubbing those nerve endings together. If it's available to you, you can even rub the soles of your feet together. It's also a very powerful way to create that heat, and slowly bring those hands into heart center. And we'll chant Om 3 times. before concluding this practice. Take a nice deep inhale. Inhale. Inhale last time and hold. And slowly release. Bring your hands up to your face. Gently open your eyes. Miigwech, thank you. She. And thank you for being here, and thank you for being open to this practice.